All right, ladies and gentlemen. Coming up now, we have The Typing of the Dead 2 with Sushi Kishi, and we'll hand over the microphone to him. So whenever you're ready, give us that countdown, and best of luck on your run.
That sounds good. I want to make sure we were was on stream first because for leaderboard purposes, gotta show the option screen before we actually get started. And then time's actually going to start when I skip the last cutscene and actually go into game. I requested the leaderboard since I got to make the rules, so we're gonna cut out a little bit of the loading time here from the timer, which is always good. Typing of the Dead 2 is a remake of House of the Dead 3, and we're gonna start after this cutscene. 3, 2, 1, go. The House of the Dead series, I should say, is a series of arcade and home console games. I really think I see it more in the arcade though, that are light gun based shooters. Usually you got a point screen, you know, pew pew, take out the zombies, reload. I don't have to worry about any of that here because instead of using a light gun, we're going to be using a typing mechanic. Now the second game in the series, under the Typing of the Dead series, was only I knew it was only released in Japan. So we're playing in Romaji mode right now. You'll see the hiragana, katakana, and the kanji on the screen, but I also get the hiragana to go with it, so I don't necessarily need to learn a brand new keyboard or anything like that. So you can play with your standard US keyboard through the language barrier. Success. I also don't have to worry about aiming other than the first letter I type will determine which zombie I'm currently aiming at and which word I'm typing. Other than that, there's not really an accuracy mechanic other than the accuracy of my own typing. I mean, what's also nice about that is if there's a zombie who has an active hitbox, which in this case would be the target word, if you will, even if it's not on screen and I wouldn't be able to aim to it with a light gun, I can still type the word and shoot at it. And that's mostly going to come into play when I'm trying to pick up some bonus points and pick up some extra lives for myself. Let's do it for the first chapter here. Oh, in my time, it didn't start on my end. That's okay. Come on. Nope, other way. Find the end key. Alright, now that we're out of the intro, I'm actually going to have a proper life meter. And since we're playing the home version of the game, if you will, I also have a limited number of credits. I've got 3 more credits I can put in on top of the quarter I'm using right now. And hopefully I won't be using all of them. But we probably will be using quite a lot of those hits. The hope is to go into the last stage. I'm still on my first credit with the maximum number of lives for my credit, which is going to be 9. Anything over 9 just gets turned into points, and it's very, very sad. Because man, those extra lives would be really nice. And the main RNG mechanic I'm looking at for these first couple of chapters are going to be item drops. I've got a Molotov in the first shop, which is nice. And that might even be a guaranteed Molotov. Oh, and we got the pink medicine here as the second item drop. Hashtag. Come on. There we go. And the pink medicine's going to make me invincible for a couple of seconds, which won't make me go faster, but it might save me a hit or two. If I've still got that at the end of the game. The Molotov on my F1 key right now will clear the screen. Any words that are on the screen will get hit. And the other item I'd like is... I call it the grape jelly. It just looks like a big old jar of purple stuff. Which will take out 1 target on the screen. But hopefully I'll be holding all of those items all the way to the very end of the game and just be playing it pretty vanilla up until then. I'm just hoarding all of my item drops. Now when you see these longer phrases on the screen, they usually come with like a trio of, there we go, a trio of zombies, and they're all tied together under that one target word. And I'm actually on a little bit of a timer for those phrases. If I don't finish it with at least like whatever the game considers a B ranking in speed, I'll get credit for my progress. I may take out one or maybe two of the zombies, but the third zombie will reset. I'll have to type out the entire last third of the word. And what is your biggest time loss there is to get to the last letter, and your last letter is not quite in time. You've got to end up doing a big chunk of the word all over again. So you can lose damage that way, kind of lose credit for the damage you've done. Well, I shouldn't say each stage. Most of the stages have either an east or west path, left or right, whatever it is for each stage. We're going to be going left for every chapter except for chapter 4, and we'll talk about chapter 4 when we get there. But as it turns out, just going left for the other stages, it's usually pretty substantially faster. But if you're going for speed, if you're going for high scores, you definitely want to take the other path. There's just gonna be more stuff for you to hit there. I got a stopwatch. Come on, come on. Let me get through this elevator. I'll talk about stopwatch real quick. Gotta get it off the elevator first. Waiting for my friend to come under attack here. Here we go. Got it. So anytime you can save your partner from getting attacked like that, you will get an extra life. And as for that stopwatch I've got on my F3 key right now, that's just a big old 5-second time loss. That's gonna put the game into slow motion. Just gonna give me plenty of time to figure out what it is on the screen I need to target, how to type it. Lots of time to go very, very slowly. And even if there are no targets, if there's no words on the screen, then that just means that you're moving more slowly to your next target. So I'm gonna get rid of that. In the boss fight at the end of this level, actually, there's a way I can get rid of it where it's not going to cost me any time whatsoever. Or at least that time loss will be minimized. But using it just in the middle of a stage is a pretty hefty time loss.
Out of my way.
Yeah, bonus life will be added to score. We've hit the life cap. Fantastic. That's great for me, I guess. And there's worse problems to have, but any extra lives I get right now are just going to be turned into more points. I'll let that one sit up too long. That's nah. Come on. Go, yo. There's another end there. There we go. You can see I'm gonna be hitting that coin even though it's off the screen. Nice, and I got the one up off of it. I mean, that's because the coin's still active, even if you can't see it. Just in a normal situation, you can't put your light gun off the screen and shoot. That's how you reload. But I don't have to worry about that in Typing of the Dead. There we go. So this is a zombie sloth. This is a pretty straightforward fight here. It's gonna give me all of the words on the screen at one time, which is why this is a good place to get rid of my stopwatch. Because I'm not waiting for the next words to appear once the cycle starts. So the game can't make me go slower with the stopwatch. I'm not doing any moving at all. I'm gonna wait to use it on this cycle. Mainly because the words are so far away here. We're gonna look up at the sky. All the targets gonna appear. There we go. Oh, look at all these hyphens. Oh, no, you don't. There we go. Almost caught up to me. There's some longer phrases in that cycle. Let's see what's next. Yogi. There we go. Just hard to see the words are gonna get a little bit close. You don't want to get too close though. And one last hit. Come on, come on. Jump. There we go. And that's gonna do it for chapter 2. Now, if you've played either House of the Dead 2, the game before this one, or Typing of the Dead 1, you remember. Well, I guess that would specifically be in Typing of the Dead 1. Oh, cool. There was a boss fight against what's called the Tower. It's definitely a Hydra of some sort. It's a 3-headed mythical beast of some sort. And in Typing of the Dead 1, that boss is in the form of a multiple choice quiz. It'll ask you a question, and the 3 heads will represent one of three different answers, and you have to choose the right answer. And we're going to see something similar to that in this stage when we get to the boss fight. Yay. Mr. Cakey. Got 2 Molotovs though. We're getting good items this run. Mahi. And that blue book I just picked up is a genre dictionary, which means for the next X number of words, however long it lasts, all the words are going to fall under one sort of category of some sort. They're all going to have something to do with each other. Sometimes that category is words with tons of hyphens in them. But whatever the category happens to be, the words tend to be a little bit slower than what you see here without picking up the dictionary, so it's always a good pickup. But sometimes the genre is punctuation heavy phrases, which is a little unfortunate to have to go searching around for all those keys on your keyboard. And since I don't read Japanese, whatever the genre is, it's not at all helpful to me. In order to like maybe guess what the next words coming up are going to be, or recognize them quicker. 130 kilometers. That's really the biggest difference between the first and the second time you get a dead, really, is I don't speak the language. So if I catch something out of the corner of my eye, there's no way for my brain to like autocorrect it and figure out what that word might be. It's all just going to be nonsensical to me as far as like what I'm trying to type. But here is our boss fight. I'm against this, I think it's type 8830. I didn't quite catch it. Just get a couple targets here, and then it's gonna ask me a question. I'm gonna pick an answer, and we didn't get smacked, so I got that question right. We did deal a little bit of damage off of that, but again, I can't read the question or the answers. Nuno, that's a U. That's a U. That wasn't Nano, that was Nuno. But since we did get the question right, I was going to say we got a chance to get through without having to deal too much extra damage. There's not a ton of damage actually packed into the phase with the question on it, though. If I end up missing 2 questions, it doesn't really cost me anything more than maybe half a second. Well, we missed one of the roots. So we might have to see an extra phase of the fight here. Nope, we're good. I don't know where I keep doing those zombies in the wrong order, and I'm gonna get smacked around one day for it. At the top of the stairs, we saw them a little earlier. I don't think I pointed out more zombie guys at the top of the stairs. Flexing. Nope.
These things are getting on my nerves.
And I saw how that one zombie on the right, that one zombie on the left glowed super red, right? Like, oh man, this is the one that's about to attack your partner. You need to take this zombie out immediately. No. From this point forward, the game's going to lie about that a lot. You really don't want to trust it from this point forward as far as your target selection for keeping your partner safe. Now we're on to chapter 4, and chapter 4 feels like the longest chapter. I think just because of the last boss fight. Chapter 5 is probably longer. But so much of it is that time is in the boss fight, which is really exciting stuff. It doesn't feel as long as it might be. This chapter definitely feels like the longest chapter in the game. And that's because of this dude from the first level. Can't install updates. Okay, Windows. Can we talk about that later? Maybe not right now. Bye. Oh my gosh, I can't type all of a sudden. Come on. Coming up, we're gonna be my favorite 2 enemies in the whole game. I couldn't read it, and I got smacked. They just move around so quick. It's just really hard for my eyes to see what those words are fast enough to type. And again, if it was in English, I might be able to pick up like 1 or 2 letters and guess what it might be, but I have no chance there.
We got away.
Come on, come on. They take so long to become targetable in this one. Evidently, in certain points in the light gun version of the game, you can actually take out the vultures right away sometimes. But in this one, they're not targetable until they're flying down at you. Oh my gosh, that's a tab. Shinkansen, that's the bullet train. That's one of the few Japanese words that I do now. And now that I've said that, I'm now 10% less confident that that's what that is. I'm pretty sure that's the bullet train. Get out of here. You guys swing at me? Hey, you stood still. Thank you. Goodness gracious. And again, we're gonna take out the middle one here, even though it's not glowing. Come on, come on. And that was invincibility because my inventory is actually full. I should probably drop one of these items here.
I'm never going back there again.
We're almost there. Roar, roar, roar. Oh my goodness. I think inside the next door is another, jump scare is not the right word, but another surprise zombie from above that will sometimes tag me, but I'm at 9 lives. I don't want to get hit from here on out. Come on, come on, come on. The yen key is under your backslash
Lisa, back me up.
on the US keyboard. Yeah. Nope. Iku. That was a little too close. All of a sudden it's when it's a 6 shorter phrase, all of a sudden they're words now, but then their words are gonna go away. It's gonna be letters again. The difficulty curve on this game is all over the place sometimes.
Just back off already.
And I just got a 1-up at 9 lives. That's unfortunate. That it's right before the level change, and when I might get hit right at the start of the next stage. But nothing I can really do about that other than type slower, and that's not going to do me any good either. But we're on to the last stage of the game. And the difficulty spikes right away, right at the start of the stage here. And the waves of zombies are just going to be longer. They're going to be longer words that I have to deal with. 120%. Come on. Boom. I mean, especially once I get up this elevator, I might do some zombies in the wrong order, if that makes sense. What you don't want to do is be stuck in a loop where you're just very slightly too slow to prevent damage from the first zombie, which means you're behind for the second zombie, and then you end up getting hit twice, and then you're on that loop for multiple, oh gosh, for multiple zombies.
I'm just going to pop in here for a quick second.
Absolutely.
We had a $75 donation from
Nice.
Zeno SRL saying, love seeing the speedrun community come together like this for such a great cause and showcasing these games. Keep rocking it. You are all awesome. Thank you so much, Zeno.
Bro. And you're gonna notice, just because of the difficulty of the stage, my life counter is gonna get lower and lower here. If I'm down to 1 or 2 lives, I am gonna start to use my items. If I run out of lives and have to insert a quarter, there's a pretty good chance I'm going to lose everything. And I do know one time I either got to keep my items or it started my next credit with items, but whatever secret sauce I found to make that happen, I haven't been able to replicate it more than once. So I don't want to rely on that. I'm going to make sure I use my items rather than just lose them for nothing. But the goal is to bring all of these items to the last boss fight, if at all possible. I'm in. Yeeky dick. Ten. Oh. I can't believe I reeled that one back in. Nice. Oh, but that one okay, sure. Give and take away, huh? An elevator's gonna get me. You watch. Every time that one on the right, I just can't read it fast enough. I know it's there. I know what's gonna happen. It happens every time. Tremendous. Okay. He's 200 a night. Height for it. We're almost to the end here. 90 comma 65 comma 90. What in the world was that even? Did I even say? All right. Oh, and I'll take invincible going into boss. I would have like another Molotov, but we're at the final stage here. Final stage, the final boss. Zombie Pepsi Man. It's gonna open up with some fireballs. Then, oh, more fireballs. Okay. All right. Got damage out of that opening cycle. Now I'm gonna pick genre. I'm gonna pick hobby. I'm pretty sure that's hobbies. I'm gonna pick that every time. As you can see, it's got to rotate to my selection. If I pick the same thing every time, he won't rotate more than he needs to. So I'm gonna recenter and pick a category again. Same thing. Now I want to keep seeking these one-word rotations. They're just faster than the fireball pattern. Especially if I get it in one cycle, but it's just faster regardless of if it takes a little bit more than that first cycle. Come on, come on, come on. Don't do it. Don't do it. Yeah. All right. Nope. All right. One more cycle in this phase, I think. But no fireballs yet. That's really good. Ooh, hyphen. Do. Okay. That sounded like a cycle change. All right. So no more nonsense with these categories. It gets the pick now. Look at that long rotation. Worst possible RNG, of course. Let's go. Just get over there. Let's go. Now it's gonna throw 4 fireballs. I'm gonna wait for 4 of them to appear. Come on, come on. 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom. Throw the Molotov to clear that whole cycle. And then repeat. Because you can see how far away those were. They're gonna come up very, very quickly. I don't have a ton of time to really pick those up and read. And I don't know if I mentioned it this run. I haven't been able to get an optometrist appointment in a while. Every time I try to call and make one, it's like, oh, there's a date 2 months out. And I'm like, well, I don't want to wait 2 months. Let me see if I can get one closer. And then I don't. And I've been on that pattern for a couple of months. I have no glasses right now. So those very far away fireballs, those are not my friend. With my grape jelly here to get 1 off. Let's see. There we go. Now I do have my pink medicine here to prevent taking damage, but that's not going to help me deal damage. We're on the last phase, oh, second last phase of the boss fight that actually has a damage mechanic. When we're not facing the boss, we can't damage the boss. The only thing that can happen here is I take damage, or I type really slow, which means we're gonna be there a little bit longer. Nothing good can happen. I can only deal damage here. Which means I should probably just shut up and type. When we're facing the boss, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna focus on what's on the screen when we're facing the boss. There we go. Yeah. Come on. Takes so long to charge up. See, that was a repeat word. I was just saying, there's no way that's the end. All right, one more cycle here. Knock on wood. You notice I'm taking my damage here because I know we can't deal damage. Just want to clear out that cycle as quickly as I can. Let's go. So now we're on the last few questions here, and all of these answers are right. Some of the answers are silly, some of the answers are serious, and whatever answers I choose determine the ending I'm gonna get. And this is gonna be the last question, so when I'm done typing here, that will be time. My time. I forgot I didn't start my timer. So let's let the ending play out a little bit. It won't take too long to see which ending we got. I think that was a one credit run. I haven't done a 1 credit run in a while. I usually end up getting picked off by the boss at least once.
This is our future.
And a lot better. If you don't do it now, definitely stick around and watch the tutorial. I'm not saying do it now, but if you were to watch my PB for this, there was roughly 45 60 second window of me fighting that last boss, screaming at the heavens. Why can I not type? What is a keyboard? How do fingers work? I lost about 60 seconds on the last boss fight.
Let's go.
So there's a big old time save in my PB there. And that boss fight went a lot better than my PB. 3 is a good in-game time too. I'll take that. 35:46 in Euro. That sounds like it's definitely a PB. I need to retime it because make sure the timing started in it. But that's definitely a PB for me. Pretty sure my PB's at 36.
But Rogan, do you think this will change anything? It's their future.
Sweet, man. Well, thank you so much for the run. That was a really interesting game to be able to show off. I didn't even know it was a thing, so it was really cool to be able to watch that.
Yeah.
Very much appreciated. Thank you so much. We are going to cut to a very brief intermission, and then we're going to be back with some Little Mermaid on the NES with KLM. So a slight change of pace here. So thank you so much again, Sushi. That was awesome. And don't go anywhere because we're going to be back with some more runs real soon.